Okay, good morning all. So yesterday we were left with that open error, right? Our API was not working. So I had a chance yesterday to look into it. Okay, so I found that MySQL library we were using is not supported currently. Okay, so let me walk you through. Yeah. So I was getting few bugs. Okay, let it. Yeah, there were two issues. One was the MySQL library itself, and second was the insert statement. So that also we were doing incorrect. Okay, so what I will suggest to you guys is change MySQL with MySQL 2. Let me open. Yeah. Okay. So basically, there is improved library called MySQL 2. Okay. So make use of that. So uninstall MySQL and install MySQL 2. That's it. And otherwise, syntax and all other things are same. Okay. So this is hard coded, right? We should make this dynamic. So we'll do that today. Okay. Apart from that, I'll show you today how to run debugger. Okay. If you are using Chrome Visual Studio. Okay. So yesterday, one small mistake I made. The mistake was I was passing arguments in program file parameter. Okay. So arc should be passed separately. So it was like this yesterday, right? And so VS Code was not able to find this file. It was considering entire string as a file. So we have to, so if we want to pass arguments, then we have to mention it separately. Okay. Okay, once. Yeah. So once that is done, you can simply do or start debugging. Okay, so see, you can see it has started the debugging. Second change was the insert query change. So I have changed the insert query now. So syntax is like insert into table columns followed by values. Okay, this is the only change. So I'll share this code with you. Okay, so that you can start freshly on top of this.
Okay.
Okay. So let us check how debugger works, and let us check if our API works or not. Okay. So now our API is running on port 3000. Let's try to create API. So this was like yesterday I did testing, so this was the first record that got inserted. Okay, so let's go with Anand. Okay, Anand, last name?
Chavan. CHVAN.
CH.
CHVAN. Chavan.
Okay. Mobile number doesn't matter, right? Currently, let's change single digit. Okay.
Yes.
So now let's try to debug this. Okay. What we'll do, we'll start from routes. Okay. We have only post. Okay. So we'll put a debugger here. Then we are calling the create user API. So whether it is error or success. So let put debugger over here as well, and over here as well. Similarly, inside this here and here. Finally, from service, where we are going to models. Let's put one debugger before querying. Okay, and before response, and before error as well. So let's see flow of our request.
So to enable this debuggers, do we need to install any extension or something?
No, VS Code comes with Node.js and JavaScript debugger. If it is not present, then I guess you need to install only Node.js debugger.
From like which one can you show? Like in install extensions, it might be. Node.js.
Actually, that is Chrome debugger. See, Chrome. Deprecated. So I got this installed, but it seems that it is deprecated. Install. Okay. What I'll do, I'll show you guys one more method. Without VS Code as well, we can do debugging.
Sure.
Let me say how many debuggers I have. I have only one, and that is deprecated. Not even JavaScript debugger. So I guess this JavaScript debugger is already there in VS Code, because I remember I didn't install debugger separately. Okay. So if you try to go in run and click on start debugging, you might get Node.js and JavaScript like different options for debugger. Okay. So as you can see, debugger is stopped. So our control is stopped inside debugger, right? So let us see. So first it is inside controller as expected, right? So validations and all. Then it will go inside model. Okay. Why model? Because we didn't put debugger over here on user. It is calling user. We have put debugger inside, like inside the callback. Otherwise, it would have stopped here in service. Okay, so I guess we have our all the values, right? For India, Pune, anand@gmail.com, right?
Yes.
So let's go ahead. Now we got our response. Correct. So what is the result? Result is this affected rows and all. See. Server status 2, affected rows 1. So basically what we are doing, we are simply returning the object that we accepted. Okay. Then from here, it went to service callback. From service callback, it went to again controller callback. In controller callback, we are forming the response, correct, and sending it back to user. So see, here is our response. Since we were in debugger, that is why it is showing greater time, response time. Okay, let us check in our database. So this was the first entry, yesterday's entry. Let me do. Okay, now we have one more entry.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So today what we'll do basically, yeah. So today we will, further modularize the app. Okay. We will shift our, all the hard-coded values in config.js. Okay. After that, okay, so we have hard-coded values over here, right? So this we will be shifting to config.js. What other thing we can do in config.js? Okay, so okay, that is one thing. And what other things we decided to do?
Configuration settings or an API keys that we can keep.
API keys. Yeah, correct. Then we will do a JWT token authentication, correct?
Yes.
Login
Yes.
API. Yeah. So
Yeah.
now we have user in place. Okay. So let's but to fetch user, we need a simple get API, right? So let's first do that. Then we will further modularize the app, and let me remove all the breakpoints. And then we will continue with our JWT authentication. Okay. Okay. So starting from our router. So get user, right? Get all users. So my basic route is user /, but now instead of post, I will be doing get. Okay. So any guesses what should we do in get user? Straightforward, right? We will be writing simple select query. So let's do that quickly. So into controller, let me reuse this entire thing. In get all user, there is no input, right? So this is not required. We can skip validations. From user service, we can call find user, right? Let us make it more readable. Get all user. Then let's skip same naming convention. Error success and data. Okay. User service dot get all user. So we'll go to user service. Let me use this again. This will be, oh no, get all user, right?
Yes.
I hope spelling is right. Capital, small. Since we are not accepting any parameters, this is not needed. Only response callback is needed. Not required. Okay. We'll get rid of all the business logic. Okay. So now we need to create new method in DB models, right? So instead of create, that will be get all users. Again, this is not required. We will be calling simple query, that is select star from user. This looks fine, right?
Yes.
We will keep everything else as it is. We'll keep this console log for testing. And I guess here as well. Correct, right? We are sending each and every record back to the user. So now we have a DB method, which we can make use of. Okay, so let's see. So what we will be doing? Duplicate tab. Instead of post, we will get data will be none. And I guess that's it. User is not defined. Okay. Yeah. This is not required, right? No. User service dot get user error and data. Get all user. Correct. Error and data here. Error and data. Okay.
Yes.
So we have a success, and we are having our two records. That is first. That is the first one is mine. Second one is Anand's. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I guess now it is pretty much. So you guys must have understood how to write a REST API, right? So
Yes.
second one we did so quick. Almost all the steps were same, just method was different and request was different, right?
Yeah.
And query was different. Okay. So what I would like you to do is, as an assignment, so let me post it here. Yeah. So you guys need to create API for create API. So first, write API to get user by ID. Okay. Get user by ID. Okay. Second thing I want you guys to do. So now, since now it is simply a query change and method change. get user by ID, update user, okay,
Delete as well.
and delete user. One more thing I can think of is, let it. Okay, so simply if by just looking at API name, get user by ID will be get method, right? Update user will be put or update method. So one more thing in this assignment will be for you guys that to find what is difference between put and update method. You can use
Okay.
post as well, but just for knowledge.
In put, I think only the specific value get updates, and in update, the complete values get update, like the complete JSON.
Okay, so try to find more differences. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so should I give some more details here? So okay, let us do that as well. So let me define path for you as well. Okay, so its route will be base URL, that will be your localhost colon 8080. So base URL / get user by ID / ID. Okay. So making use of this ID, you have to paste that data. Okay.
Okay.
So how do you, so basically if you have observed what we did, we made use of body parser and access the data from body, right? Request.body. Where is that? Controller, yeah, request.body. Okay. So all the data which comes from the URL goes into request.param, okay, PARAM. So you can simply get this data using request.param. And what else? Put, yeah. For this, you will be passing a post body again. For delete again, delete specific user, right? So for that, base URL.
Delete by ID.
No, I guess only ID is fine, right? Already method is delete, right?
Yeah.
And again, update again, we will be needing ID.
Yes.
In update, we will be needing two things. One is request.param for URL, and second thing is post body. Sorry, yeah, correct. JSON object body, post body. Okay. We will be updating few values, right? Okay. Okay. So this will get you going for writing quick APIs. Okay. So now let us make this app more modularized. So,
Okay.
yeah. So first thing is we will just create a config file. Let's separate that as well. We'll be keeping separate config folder itself. Okay, because currently we are having hard code values. Where are those hard code values for only database values, right?
Yes.
And we don't want anyone to access it. So let us create separate folder itself. So we'll create a folder outside. वर्णित आप करेंगे ठीक है नो इश्यूज a config, right? Okay, so we'll create for database we will create db config. Okay, and for movies then we will create movie config. Or let's do like this user.model, right? It is more readable, right? We'll do it like this db.config f n missing, right? Okay, so what we'll be doing in config file, we will be exporting simply the object. Okay, so what is our object? This object, right? db.config. How do we export? We use model.export, right? So connection is optional. This we can omit. Yeah. So let's make it enumerated, right? Capitalize everything. Usually we follow capital letters only, right? For config values. Okay. So now here we have host, we have user password database. Okay. So okay, so let's do it. So let's make use of it over here. Where db values, right? But okay. Okay. So since this is not required and all this value already we are saving, so I can simply pass this object itself, right? I hope these keys are not case sensitive. Let's try. Oh, it's case sensitive, it seems, right? No issues. Let's destructure that. Host user and database. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, everything looks good, right? Database connected. Yeah. So yeah. So what? So along with that assignment, what one more thing I want you guys to do is, so since now I have created db config, so you can create user config as well, and all the db.user. Sorry, user.config only, and all the hard-coded values for user will go here. Okay. And similarly for movie, that will be our final assignment, right?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Okay, so let's move ahead. So now we have everything sorted, right? Okay. So now let's move towards our login API, right? So when basically when I say login API, so what all things pop in our mind, right? So first thing is we are authenticating the user, right? When we are authenticating the user, we will be accepting password, right? And of course, so provide security. It is our responsibility as a backend developer to encrypt that password, right?
Yes.
So first thing is we need to encrypt that password and then store into the database. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
So little modification we will be doing in our create user, that while storing the password, it will get encrypted, so that when we are doing, or when like someone got access to our database, even though they won't be able to see the password. We don't have password. Oh, we didn't added password itself. Okay, that is funny, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that then. Alter table.
Yes.
Okay, so let's decide today's task. So for today we will be encrypting the password and decrypting it. Okay, for the GET API. Okay, and then we will be implementing the JWT token, JWT authorization.
Yes.
Alter table user, add column password varchar. So basically under the hood, so there are few libraries for encrypting the password, and those libraries under the hood make use of MD5 encryption. Okay. So we'll keep our varchar string according to MD5 encryption string length. So let's check MySQL. MD5. MD5 string is 128, okay? 32 character. So let's make that for safer side 40 characters, okay? Now let us check again. Delete user. Yeah. So now we have password. We'll add it. Okay. Okay, so let's make those few changes in our create API, create user and get user. Okay.
Yes.
So we will be making use of bcrypt. Okay. Before using that, let's explore if Node.js provides us any inbuilt encryption tool. Okay. So let's explore. Yeah. See. So Node.js is loaded with couple of inbuilt libraries which we can directly make use of. Okay. So how to use crypto? Let's see. So basically here there are two things. First, we need to encrypt the password, save it to database. While fetching from the database, we need to decrypt it, correct? And then use it for our authentication. So let's see how we can do that. So many things are deprecated. Crypto, right? So we can use it like this. Yeah, correct. We need to maintain a secret key to encrypt our string. Okay, and this using this secret key only, we will be decrypting it. So how we can encrypt? Simply, it has a inbuilt function called create HMAC. There are multiple ways to do encryption. So if we go through this, yeah, so there are multiple ways. So first one is decipher, yeah, Diffie-Hellman. So if you guys remember your, I don't know, must be last year, if you guys ever had this database lectures, so you must have heard of this Diffie-Hellman algorithm. Like by any chance, have you heard?
No.
No? Okay, no issues. Okay, so
Pranav, do we still use MD5 or something like that algorithms?
yeah. So I'll show here inbuilt crypto. Let us check if the inbuilt crypto is using MD5 or not. Yeah, it is. Okay. See, yeah, crypt cipher. See, so cipher method is MD5. Okay. So let's explore what all ways we have to encrypt. So we can make use of cipher, which uses MD5, cipher decipher. Then we can make use of Diffie-Hellman method to encrypt our string. Then we have ECDH. Then we have hash, HMAC, key object, sign. Okay. X509 certificate. Okay, there are n number of ways they have given, whichever you find more secure, we can make use of that. Okay, so let us go through their example, what they have given. Okay, so I guess yeah, so they have given example for all the methods. Okay, here they are creating with HMAC. So but we just want to demo you, so we will go with the example which has decrypt option as well, simply available. Let's check here. Yeah, so get auth tag, final update, decipher, set update and all. Okay. Let's check. Encrypt and decrypt using crypto, right? Yes. Okay, so how they are encrypting using create cipher. Okay, and how we can decrypt? Oh, okay, so we need to make use of simply create decipher. I hope we will find that over here. Yeah, correct. Okay, so we will make use of this class only. Okay. Or let's reuse this code, right? To save time. So first let us check what they are doing. They are importing the crypto. Okay, they are selecting the algorithm. Okay, since we saw there are multiple. Okay, this algorithm requires a key and IV. Then they have written encrypt and decrypt methods. So how they are encrypting? They are using create super IV method to encrypt. Okay, and simply using create decipher method to decrypt. Okay, so if you can observe, they are making use of same algorithm with same secret key. Okay, if key is different, then it won't decrypt. Okay, so let's try to make use of this. So since this can be a common method, right? Hello.
Which method? Hello.
Yeah. So since this method is something that we can make use in every like many places, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So let us keep this method inside our utils. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Let's do that. Okay. So what we'll do? So we will create a new file called utils where our all common functions will go.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Okay. Okay. So what we'll be doing? So since this is a encryption method, we will move this to our config file, right? Or for
Yes.
time being, let's keep it here. Otherwise, we will run out of the time.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll be simply doing exports module.exports, right?
Module dot.
Yeah, let's do that in end of file. What do we have? encrypt and decrypt. Okay. So how we can make use of it? They have already given. We can simply call encrypt, pass our string, and while decrypting, we can call decrypt and pass the same encrypted string. Okay. So let's make use of this like that only. Okay. Okay, so we will be needing this thing in our user service, right? Where we handle our all the business logic. Just hold a minute. Yeah, okay, sorry. Okay. Yeah, so what we were going to do? Yeah, import, right? So const encrypt equal to require. Let's make it util, right? Util.js, right? Correct. Yes. So initially we will be creating our password. So after country, let's make use of password. And password is nothing but our util dot encrypt, right? Let's add password as well. Okay, this looks fine.
Yes.
Okay, then let's try. Let's try creating our user with encrypted password. Database connected, right? So let's create one more user. This time Ankit, right? Last name Ankit.
Sing.
Sing.
Yes,
Sing.
Let's put some random things. Okay, and now we need a password. Okay, so let's give a random password, right? Josh 123. Okay. Let's see. Oh, we have our string, but something went wrong, right? It haven't returned the password. Let's check out. Again, null AWS WRD. Okay, let's check what happened. Encrypted password, right? Equal to password. Okay, now let's put a debugger here and see what happens. Okay. Let us check. Okay, we have encrypted data. Okay. So the here issue is we have encrypted object, right? Encrypted data and IV. So let us check our method again. So what we are doing, we are okay. So we are returning an object. Why we are returning IV? Because while decrypting, we require that IV. So mistake we made was so our mistake is we need to access encrypted data as well. Let's do it. Now it will work. Okay, so since we don't have any authentication system available, so I guess it will take default duplicate users as well. Yeah, correct. Now we have encrypted password, right? $200. Okay. Oh, one more place we need to do changes. My bad. We forgot to modify our insert query, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Okay. So let's see. Did we got password? No, right?
Mhm.
Okay, but we surely got multiple Ankit Singh, right? Let's put debugger and check what is happening. Oh, we are creating new user object, right? And in our constructor itself, we don't have a password. Small things, right? Okay, let's check now. Finally, we have a user Ankit with encrypted password, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So let's delete all other users, right? Not required. Zero was affected. 5 was affected. So now we have only one record, that is Ankit, right? Correct. So now we don't have any user without password, without encrypted password.
Yes.
Okay. Actually, I shouldn't have deleted that, right? Then it would be then you guys would have some data to delete when you implement the data API, right?
Yes.
No issues. No issues. So since now I don't have any data, you can create your separate data. Okay. So now we have encrypted our password. So now let's go and check out JWT. Okay. What is the purpose of JWT? So that we can maintain a session
It's
for front end, right?
to maintain session and check authentication as well as authorization of a particular resource.
Correct. So let's check Node.js JWT authentication, right? So JWT authentication is nothing but a middleware, right? And earlier we learned in Node.js that middleware is nothing but a simple function. NPM JWT. Let's go with NPM JWT. Yeah. Oh, they have Express JWT as well. This is why we use Express. Okay, so let us check Express JWT as well. Secret and algorithm. Okay, let it be. We'll do something which is known. Okay, so how to use that? First thing is we need to install the JWT token. So let's do that. Okay, second thing, so now let's see how we can use that. Okay, so so what I would suggest is, like, whenever you are doing a development in Node.js and you feel like you have to implement something, you have to implement some you need to do some quick sort or merge sort, or you need to read CSV and fetch output in specific format. So there will be always a third-party library available. Okay, so what you can do is you can simply search for npm and your query, and I'm sure you will surely get a third-party library,
Okay.
and then you can make use of it. Okay, so how we can make use of it? So first we need to import, then we need to sign our token. So basically, there are okay. So first part is our user data. We will be providing user data along with secret key. Okay. So yeah, and then we will be specifying algorithm as well. Okay. So this so we will be making use of RSA A256 algorithm to create our JWT token. So basically here all the user details goes. So we will be providing user object here so that it will create a unique auth token relevant to that user. Okay, then we will be having again a private key and algorithm name, and that's it. That will create your JWS token. Okay, so but what we are going to do is we will be intercepting every request. Okay, and first authorizing it using our JWS token. So we are going to create our own middleware, custom middleware for this. Okay, so let's make use of this. Let's see what other option it gives. So this is the raw signature, token, secret or public key, callback and options. Okay, no issues. These are some more options. Okay, so let's try it out. So first thing first, import JWT. Okay, so since I said, like, we will be creating it as a separate middleware. Okay, so let's do it in a separate file. Okay, so let's name that file as JWT only. JWT auth.js. So first thing first, we will be importing the file, and then we'll be simply creating the token. Okay, only this much. Currently, we don't have any private key, so we'll be providing a random private key, right? And that's it. Okay, so in order to make it a middleware, we need to accept this object from request itself, right? Or we can do a SQL check and fetch it over there. So what do you think? What should be the better idea? Directly taking from the request, or fetching it from SQL? Hello?
Fetching from database.
Fetching from database, right? But again, we need to make it a middleware as well.
Yes.
Correct, right? Okay, so let's do this thing. So again, here we have private key, right? And in crypto as well, we were having private key.
Yes.
So let's move all those private key in config only, correct? So since it is a very common file, so we'll create only config.js, so that it will, or we can create a .env file as well, right?
Yes.
Correct. So let's do like that only. Okay. So what else will be required? So let us wrap this inside a request. Okay, so there is slight difference between authentication and creating token, right? So at this step, we are not authenticating anything. We are simply creating the token. Correct.
Okay.
So what we'll do, we will create a method and we'll call it get token. Correct, which will accept user data. That will be object. Hold on. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, so that will have user data, and let's move all these things over here. Okay, sounds good, right? Okay, let export this. Okay, so our token creation part is done. Right, so instead of this, we will be making use of user data, right?
Yes.
Correct. So now let's implement it. Okay, in our okay, that we need to do in our login, right? So, but don't you think if we fetch data from database and then check, so it will be, what we say, time consuming thing. Response time will increase, right?
Okay.
So what is better way? So basically, we will be creating a login API, right?
Yes.
And in login API, what all parameters we usually accept? Email and password, right? Username and password.
Yes.
Since we don't have username, we will be using email.
Yes.
Okay. And anyways, we are we are authenticating this thing at our backend. If username and password matches, then only we are returning success, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So one level DB check, anyways, it is happening. Correct. So
Yes.
that means that if we are returning success, that ultimately means that email and password are correct, belongs to that particular user. So yeah, so instead of having another call to database, we can simply pass this email and password to create the token, right?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Usually auth token are created like that only. Okay, let's do it. We will be creating a login request, right? So so login request will have a post body. So obviously it is going to be a post request. Okay. Path will be
/login.
user/login, right?
Okay.
/login. Okay. And for validations, we will be passing it to controller. Simply login. Okay, let's make use of this. No, let's make use of this, right? Here we did validations. Okay, for time being, I'm doing basic validations. In assignment, you can come up with various validation that like email validation itself, @ and all. Okay, it's up
Okay.
to you.
Okay.
So we have email validation as well as password validation. Correct? Sorry. Password will go here. Okay, so we have validations in place. Let's call it login. Let's call it login holder. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So basically, we will be passing again body. No need to pass entire body, right? Since we already have. Okay, let's do like that. Okay. So validations are done, and now we will be calling login from user service. Now here, what will be our logic for business logic for login?
Yes.
It will be simply checking in the database, and if entry exists, then creating the token, right?
Yes. Yes. That's correct.
So let's do that. Login. By the way, if you okay, so I don't know why you guys didn't raise this question, But if you observe, I have used export somewhere and module.export somewhere, right?
Yes.
So there should be some difference, right?
Yes.
Correct. So whenever you are exporting a constructor or function definition or any module or collectively modules, at that time we make use of module.export. Okay.
Yes.
So correct. So consider it like this. So module.export accepts key value pair, which is function name and function itself. Okay. Whereas this is for module.export.
Yes.
It names itself, says, explains it. And whereas in exports, we are simply exporting the variable. Okay.
Yes.
So what does exports hold? Only variables.
Yes.
Okay. So since here we are only exporting this variable, login here, login variable, here get all user variable, and we are assigning that variable a function. Okay.
Yes.
Nice. And why although we are assigning function, why it is not like why we should not pass that in modules.export? We can pass it in modules.export, right?
Yes. Yes.
So why? Any reason? Arrow function don't have this object, right? They don't create constructor.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So login again, login straightforward. Error. Okay. So we are in user service. If there is error, pass error. Yeah. So before calling user login, we need to do a couple of things, right? So first thing is, okay, nothing to do. When we get the response, then only we need to append a token, right? So let's do that. Let const token, auth token equal to, let's import that const JWT equal to, what is our file name? Require JWT auth, right? In JWT auth, we have get token. Not returning it, right? Service. So JWT dot get token. And what we'll be passing? If we are able to log in,
Username first.
data will also required, right?
Yes.
So we'll be simply destructuring that. Email and password. Correct?
Yes.
So we will be passing email and password. Okay. So one more thing is missing, right? So this is something which we are doing after we get the success for login, right? So in order to get success in login, we need to encrypt password, right? Correct, right? So I will make use of this again. So when calling password, here we need to pass email and okay, so we cannot use like this. No issues. Const. Now okay, right?
Yes.
No, not okay. One more thing we missed, this thing. Now it is correct.
काय
What
मिस
happened?
केलं? हॅलो,
Hello?
वरती काय मिस केलं मला नाही कळलं ते लास्टचं. अच्छा, एन्क्रिप्टेड पास.
काय?
नाही नाही, काय करेक्ट आहे.
Correct है ना?
येस.
Okay, no issues.
ईमेल
Okay. So now we are encrypting password and then checking it, right? Now we have email, password, response, JWT token, okay? And we have password itself. So it is entirely up to us if we want to pass decrypted password or simply get an pass encrypted. So for now, let's pass original password only. But while doing actual development, please pass encrypted only.
ओके.
Okay. Yeah. So let's do like that only. Encrypted data. Yeah. So now we are calling login with first parameter as our object, second parameter as callback. So let's move to our model. Since it is a select query, right? We'll make use of this. This will be a pretty straightforward query, right? We will be
Yes.
having our email and password. So what should I write in query? Select. So basically, if we are validating something, we don't need to get entire user details, right? So if we can get ID itself, that is fine, right? This select ID from, because that is something unique.
Yes.
Or after login, if we want all the user details, we can go with star itself, because usually when you do login, you get all the user details, right? On your front end, so that you can put it in your global storage or Redux somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah, so let's include all the details, or let's specify. I know, let it be. We don't have that much time. Okay, from user where email equal to email and password equal to question mark is nothing but a placeholder. Okay,
Yes.
password, and we will be passing placeholders, email and password. Okay. Login successful. Right? So we will be returning this result into service, inside service. What we will doing? We will be appending this auth token into data, right? Data
Yes.
dot auth token. Usually we keep auth token in header, if you have ever observed. So we will check that later. For time being, we are keeping it over here, auth token. So now we have auth token attached to our data with the user details, correct? Or what else we can do? If we want data to be more secure, we can entirely pass this thing, right, from database. Okay, this looks good, right? User data, more promising. Okay, now we have data auth token. We'll go back to controller. We are forming. Okay, message success. Okay, that's it, I guess. We don't need to change any message, right? Login success and all. So only success is fine. So let's check. Hopefully, without any error, we are able to do that.
Yes.
I hope. Let's check. So we have route in place, login. Yes, we have controller.
Yes.
Inside controller, we are calling user dot. Oh, sorry. Inside controller, we are calling user service dot login, accepting body. What is inside body? Inside body, it is simply email and password. Okay, then we are calling user dot login, passing email and password. In user model, we are accepting that email password, passing it to our select query, and that's it. Everything looks fine. Now let's check. Okay, what was our path? Localhost / user / login, right? And what was our body? JSON, right? Yeah. Email. We have only one entry, and that is of Ankit. @gmail.com, right? Yes, and password is Josh123. Okay, let's see. Oh, as expected, some error, right? Wow, again is not a function. No issues. We'll check that. Where is that? User service 51. And why is that? 51 means here, right? User.login is not a function. Copy. We have user, we have data models. user.create get all. Oh, silly mistake, right? No worries, it happens.
Yes.
Some error. We have login success. Oh, nothing inside that. Okay. Invalid arc type. First argument must be a string or an instance of buffer. To what? Received undefined. Okay, let us put a debugger here and put a console log as well. Let's check. Run send Ankit at Gmail. Password is encrypted. Everything is fine until here. How did we pass values? In array itself, right? Correct only. What is missing then? Semicolon. Okay, let's see what happened. Okay, it came here. Our query is not working, it seems. Why? We will check. Result. Then where it is breaking? Till here, fine. Let's go inside this. So error is null. Data is 0. Okay, here it is breaking.
Okay.
Why? Because we are passing empty object. So what does it means? It means we need to change our error condition.
Okay. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So let's put a condition. If result and result is array, right? Result dot length. Then we can go with this.
Yes.
If no records are returned, we can simply respond with error, right? Else we will be passing error. Result will be null, and we'll be passing error as email or password does not match. Let us check. Oh, somewhere later it is breaking, right? Controller 57.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. I lost my connection. Sorry.
Okay, no issues. Okay, let us check if we are able to get our token. Email or password does not match. Then that means there is some issue with our query. Let's
Yes.
try our query. What could be the issue? Okay, so it is giving me
Hash key.
this string, right?
Yes.
And in 169, and it is giving different string. Oh no. So every time it is giving me a different string. So what does that mean? That means we need to come up with some method which provides same string every time. Correct?
Yes.
So okay, so let us check first what mistakes we made. Josh123 is there, that is as it is. Here as well it was Josh123. But both times it is giving different query. So that means we need to reconsider our algorithm selection, right? If some algorithm is giving different output every time, then that is not correct.
Okay.
It is already near to 11, right? And yet we were not able to cover verification of JSON token. Okay, no issues.
Yes.
Okay, so let us check what went wrong. Why it is giving different token every time. So what we did, we are calling util.encrypt password. Okay, we got the password. Why cipher.update? This is correct. This is correct. And we are converting to hex, right? So I guess some issue with this code. Let us check for consistent one. Okay, let's go with create hash. Okay, so this hash is bit bigger, right? Is it 32-bit or less than 32? Let us check. Oh no, it's 64, right?
Yes.
So that can be an issue, right, for us.
Mhm.
Hmm. So we need to consider some different algorithm, or we can crop it to 32, right? But first we need to check whether it gives same hash every time. Then only it is possible for us.
Yes.
We will be saving it in our Node.js. Okay, it's fine. Let us check. Node crypto.js. Okay, I guess it is giving me same hash, right? Starting with 89, ending with df, right? So if I instead of how are you, if I do Josh123, let's check. Correct, right? Now different hash, but same every time. Oh, okay. So we will go with SHA-256, right?
Okay.
So let's change. We are able to create hash, so we need to decrypt it as well, right?
Yes.
So let's check. There will be some decrypt. Uh, 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 no, not this one. Create cipher. Okay, let it be. Currently, we don't need decrypt, so I will check that later. Okay. For now, we will be using hash. Where is our util? Let's change this to this code. Right? Return text. And let's limit that text to 32 characters. So what we can do? Splice, right? Correct, right? Oh, arrays. That is array method. How we can splice the text? Any idea? Hello?
Hello, hello. For the array,
Yeah, but how to splice the string? Splice,
text.
right?
Yeah. So from 0 to 32. So all the other characters will be skip, right?
Yeah, correct. No. So I was
Yes.
expecting function. So slice is the function, right?
Yes.
Okay. So if I do same thing here, where? Let's do same thing here and update our database. to keep things simpler. Hash, right? Okay, this looks good now. Okay, so this will be our new string. So let's update that to make our thing work. Update user. Update user. Set password equal to where id equal to correct, right? And it is done. New one, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now we can make use of this. Yeah. So now let's check our API. And secret is not defined. User service 50 here. Encrypt. We are inside encrypt. Where is secret? Why it is not defined? Okay, in util. Line number 8. Here it is not defined. So secret can be any random key, right? I hope this works. Again, it doesn't match. Why? Let's check. Okay. Oh, for some reason, password is undefined. Do you see? What could be that reason? Password. Encrypt password. This is the reason. Arey yaar, already news. Okay, let's exit. Yeah, now it's working. So now we have our password, we have our email. Again, some error. Okay, received undefined again. So where it is receiving undefined? It is saying login successful. First argument must be type string. Okay. It is string only, right? Let's put debugger, why it is happening. Yeah, over here, then we jump over here. We have length, right? Yes, it is there. So result as one length and everything is there. Okay, looks fine. Then we jumped here inside the result. Next. What is inside response? Okay. Okay, so this is the issue, right? Let's change that. Now I guess it will work. So we'll remove all the breakpoints and now we'll check. Okay. Payload to be a plain object. Okay. So then since that is a response object, we'll proceed with this only. Okay, run again. Okay, what is error here? Login, okay. Login is successful, so our query is correct. Let's put debug over here. Let's stringify it.
Yeah. Now, can we do like, can we add debugger or something here to debug the code
Here, right?
while it's running? Yeah. No,
Yeah,
not like this. The way we do in front end, like we add debugger directly.
Okay.
Over.
Like you want this thing in Chrome browser, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that is possible using -- inspect parameter, sorry,
Mhm.
flag. So that is something we need to pass when we run the app.
Mhm.
Okay, that is also possible. It's order 1058. So what we'll do in next session, I'll show you that.
Radu, can we do session at the evening?
Winning, let me check. Yesterday it was not possible, so let us check. Okay, so
If late night we can like
okay,
an
we
8:30,
will try. Okay,
Okay. Sorry
since
for that.
here it is fine. Okay, we have email and password, private key and all. Okay, so here it is failing, right? Okay, so I guess some issue with this library itself. Again, library issue. Okay, guys. So sorry again. Today again we were not able to complete JSON JWT. Okay, so what we'll do, I'll try to continue this session on evening, And what we'll do, we will at least complete the JWT sign in. Okay. We will try with some another JWT library. Okay.
Okay. Share this project with us. We will try.
Yeah, sure. Or meanwhile you can come up with the correct library.
Sorry.
Till evening, you can, if you have time, you can go through the code and come up with the correct library.
Yes. We can.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay then. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you.